Hi lovelies. So today, this is actually a video I did last year, one of the first set of nails I did after having my little boy, but I never got the time to do a voiceover, and it was like an autumn set, so it sort of, ran away with me. So this nail is starting off with Pulse Fire. It is a lovely cat eye gel from Madam Glam. Oh, yeah, so faff about with it. And then we're going to matte top coat it because I'm doing a bit of chrome isolation on this one. So we're using Magpie's black gel paint to do the design. So I'm just doing one of those, like almost cybery, chromy look, just sort of like wavy lines, little bits in between and blah de la la la. Yeah, and then we're just going to use this little chrome palette with lots of different golds, silvers, rose gold, all that jazz. So I'm going to brush that on, brush off the excess. What I do now is actually wipe off the excess, which is a lot easier, because what I'm doing now is top coating over the chrome bits that I wanted still chromed. So that is what I'm doing here. Of course, I've gone off screen because what a knob. But that is what I'm doing. I am going over those bits that I want chromed. So then I can cure that in the lamp and then wipe off the excess. Voila, voila, voila. Which does work. But yeah, it is certainly easier to just like completely like top coat it after you've wiped it away. But yeah, anyway, I feel like that's quite crisp, isolated chrome there, I feel. But if you don't agree, that's your shot. Yep, so there is that first nail. Second nail is Keep the Change, another lovely cat eye from Madam Glam. So we're going to pop that on like so. Zhuzh it about a bit, and we're going to use the ice gel top coat because we are using the ice gel. I think it's Maldives Sunset Chrome. Yes, Maldives Sunset. It's got sort of like an orangey pink shift to it. It's really lovely. Oh, just look at that. Lovely, 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 lovely. And then we will seal that in with a no wipe top coat because I'm not doing anything else to that nail. It's just, yeah, that is it for that one. Here we have that finished nail. These are the pinkies, by the way. This next one, I'm using Juniper from Cece. It's another cat eye. I was sort of doing like a oceany style cat eye. So I'm using a little magnet pen to just sort of do like, the typical swimming pool design. Yeah, doing a couple of coats of that, and then we're going to add in some leafy stickers. Just because, like, I didn't have a super amount of time. Can't draw all the things. As much as I do like drawing, it is helpful to have stickers. It's best to wipe off the inhibition tacky layer before you apply stickers. I always forget. It certainly makes it a bit harder to place it where you want and get it to stay where you want. So there we have in place my little stickers. And then I'm going to seal that in with a base coat. Oh, I've added a couple more there, clearly. Then I've done the same with the other ring finger, and we're going to add, I think, a little foxy sticker on this one. I think. Could be my... I honestly can't remember because I wore these last year. But yes, looks like we're going with little foxy fox. And then just push that on how we want it. Nail art in seconds, eh? Nail art in seconds. I think, yeah, possibly adding a couple of leaves onto here. Like so. And then, yeah, once again, we'll seal that in with a base coat and then a top coat. I always like to seal in stickers with a base coat first. Next nail, we are starting with Toffee Break from Madame Glam. This is my Tortie style nail. So we're using Trick or Treat as well from Madame Glam. And we're using this brush here. So we're just going to dab on that Trick or Treat, sort of like orangey brown colour. Sort of in just little random sort of shapes, roundish shapes. And then inside, I think using several jelly polishes. So we've got like amber, reds and browns. Just because this Tortie design is just so layered. There's, you know, they're quite simple, but like there's a lot, if you know what I mean. So then we're just going in. I think I go with a darker brown than that in the end because that doesn't look right. Yeah. Going in with a brown, sort of like, so each bit is smaller than the other, so you can see each of the colours through it, if you know what I mean. Like, you know, round the edges of it. So then we're going in with another jelly polish. This is like more brown this time. So you don't want too much because it sort of like destroys the design, but like you want it to go the colour you want it to go. You know what I mean? Yeah, anyway. So then, yeah, we're just gonna dab, dab, dab. And then we're going in with the black finally on the inside of those little shapes that we've made. So it's really easy design. It's just there's quite a few coats, like quite a few sort of like layers to it, that's all. So you can see all the different colours showing through. And then we're going to go in with another jelly coat, like so. Come on, open the paint, gosh. And there we have, I think that's the final layer. We might possibly do another one, who knows. I do like to faff a bit, sorry. I think, yeah, I'm going in with a jelly layer and then sort of like without curing, I'm putting a little bit of black in still to sort of blend it out a little bit so it doesn't look too uniform, if you know what I mean. I could be talking absolute shite, but yeah. So yeah, it just sort of like almost like blooming gel a little bit, you know, like just sort of blends in and disperses about a bit. Hope I'm making sense. Sorry if I'm talking absolute shite, but I'm tired. I'm tired. And here we have the finished Tortie nail. And now we are doing a toffee break base colour for both of these nails. I can't remember what this one, it was a year ago. I think I'm doing sort of a marbly, yeah, marble. Love a good marble. So I'm just using isopropyl alcohol to just like merge the colours together, blend it a little bit, manoeuvre it about a bit, and just sort of, yeah, blend it in nicely. And then I'm using, what chrome is that? I think it's like a goldie. Oh no, we've got some flakes going on here. Yeah, sort of like an opal-y marble nail. I do like an opal. And then I've just gone in with white, a very fine detailer brush. with the white lines and then just smudge it a little bit, just so they're not like too, you know, like solid lines. You want a bit like see-through. So I've done that with the other nail as well. I've used little flakes. We're going to go in with a matte top coat this time. And what am I doing with this one? I could be doing isolated chrome again. Who knows? Yes, it looks like I may be. So we're going to go in with the black. Oh, yeah, I'm doing one of those cool sort of agate rock, crystal rock type of design. So this is going to be all chromed. Diamond glitters. Oh, yeah. I don't know if that website is still up, but yeah. So I've cured that. Sorry for the loud motorbike sound if you hear that. How annoying. So yeah, I've isolated the chrome this time. Brushed it away, which has brushed most of it away. But I'm not too bothered because it's sort of like a shimmery design anyway. So what we're going to do is we're going to place more of those little flakes. I think I mixed that with like a base coat and just sort of drop it in there to sort of make it all opally, agate, crystally, you know the style I mean, but like a good sort of 3D bump. Do you know what I mean? I think you know what I mean. But now I'm going in with the top coat, seal it all in, so you can see it's like raised in the middle there. But oh yeah, I do like, I forgot how much I like that one. Oh, yay. Yay me. There we have the finished nail there. I unfortunately didn't film these two as I didn't really have much time left. But if you want to know how I made them, I will. But here we have the finished first autumn set that I wore last year. Woohoo! Thank you. Here we are, all on. Pretty. Please give me a like and subscribe if you haven't already, if you don't find me annoying. But thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned for some more. Enjoy. La la. Bye.